Hi, this is Jean Sabo from Group 33. In this video we'll talk about a problem which was kind of created by coronavirus, namely that we cannot have real life and face-to-face work study group meetings, and we'll discuss some existing solutions, namely using shared documents, WhatsApp for communication, video conferencing, and we'll propose a new holographic meeting solution.
One solution for our problem is working in Google Drive shared documents. Advantage for the solution are you can work on things simultaneously. It automatically saves your progress in case you have hardware problems. Team suggestions can be clearly presented in words, and it is efficient as no one does double work. The sole disadvantage we could find was it will be inefficient for splitting tasks among a team in this solution, as it's not clear who is the best in certain tasks. To improve this solution, we suggest that there must be a toolbar or a place to write down your skill set so teams can clearly divide tasks among the team members. For this solution, a leader should provide tools to effectively work in this online environment. For example, electronic drawing appliances to replace the old-fashioned whiteboard. In addition to that, leaders should encourage the use of suggestions and the suggestion feature in the Google Drive instead of directly editing the document. In this way, the original writer can think along for the new idea. An ethical implication of this solution is the outcome bias. For example, when a team assignment is graded highly while you didn't contribute that much, you will not act on your own unethical behavior. While on the other hand, when a team assignment is graded low and your teammates were acting unethically, you will blame the teammates for getting a low grade. This solution will still be ethical after social isolation, but it's recommended and it works best in combination with real-life meetings.
We as students often have to work together in teams for one of our courses, and then we often communicate via WhatsApp. It's easy because everyone has access to it and everyone can reply in their own time, but there are also some disadvantages to it. It's impossible to really discuss an assignment like you would face-to-face. Also, it can be that people interpret messages the wrong way because you can't see someone's facial expressions. Also, people differ in their responsiveness and how fast they reply, so it can be difficult to really engage everyone into the project. As a leader, it's important that you motivate your people to be responsive and to listen to each other. You can also set out some guidelines for communication, like putting the most important parts of a message in bold, for example. And for the next part, I have a TikTok. Yeah, this really shows that it can sometimes be a bit confusing for us why people don't reply to us. And that goes into the fundamental attribution error. That when someone doesn't reply, we might think they just don't care, but it can actually be an external issue going on. Also, the slippery slope can occur when a team member starts to get more inactive and replies less fast, and the other members don't really see how inactive that person has gotten because it just happened gradually over time. We can obviously still use WhatsApp because it's a really useful tool, but we also need to make sure that there are other forms of communication when working online in a team, like video chatting, for example.
Here we come to solution 3, video call on, for example, Zoom or Skype. According to the interview with Titania X-Ray, building trust involves verbal and nonverbal signals, which is an important rich media of communication. So we can count out the first advantage of this solution, seeing each other's facial expression, which can help people to build trust. Secondly, the instant feedback. It will definitely take less time to discuss something like brainstorming, and more discussion can be taken than on WhatsApp. And there are some disadvantages for this, like everyone needs to be available to video call at the same time and lack final written conclusion or action points that can be looked up. To improve this situation, We strongly suggest that systematic and reasoned post-call conclusions and action points per person as a built-in feature of the video call platform. About the leader behavior, firstly, reinforcing team values explicitly. Make participants converge on shared norms for idea generation, participation, collaboration, and influence. Secondly, asking feedback from followers if they are satisfied with the current digital solution and what can be improved. The ethical implications. We have learned fundamental attribution error before, and applied to this situation, we can assume that when a participant is passive, not answering and speaking up, we may assume that he or she is careless, not contributive, which is internal attribution overestimated. Instead of a million of other possible reasons, like bad internet connections or technical difficulties, for example, which is external attribution underestimated. Is it still ethical after social isolation? On the bright side, yes, as students have the chance to meet up even if they have to be absent from the real-life group meeting. And no. Considering other group members' perspectives who travel to the real-life group meeting, which costs them time and money.
Even though the development of digital meetings started already in the 1960s, we didn't make it much further. As a result of which, my friend, for example, Gabriel, is feeling lonely and isolated from his friends that he's zooming with or his coworkers. We propose a solution called holographic meeting platforms compatible with smartphones. The idea is not new, it was already presented in several science fiction movies, and there are some design plans out there already. The advantage of such technology is the higher level of trust experienced potentially by participants as a result of expressing more nonverbal signals. You can see the participant's body, for example. You can have higher shared feelings, more fun and engagement. According to Jinha Lee, the designer of holographic meeting platforms, it can solve the camera staring anxiety which American students experience when they have to stare into the camera while using Zoom meetings, according to the below cited research. According to my research, there are already actually some existing product pilots out there, but they come at serious disadvantages. They are really costly, they require extremely high internet speed. The technology is necessary on both ends of the communication and they are imperfect in quality. The improvement suggestions we came up with is mass production, so making use of economies of scale to reduce unit price and unit cost, and to make it compatible with smartphones and home laptops. As a result of such improvements, now Gabriel, my friend, can interact in a more engaged way with these illustrations about holographic figures of his friends and university mates. Thank you for watching. There are some references in bio.